Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, and I'm back with you with another new chapter of The Nightly Prince of Kuoh. And sorry, guys, that it's been a long time since I last posted for this series. Just like my last, couple of stories I've been wanting to make and some I've been highly anticipating to do, this one had to be on the back foot for a little while, but now I'm back. So, with all that said, let's go into a little bit of a recap. Also, I'm going to retcon at least a little bit from the past chapter into this one, but it's nothing too major, so you guys have nothing to worry about. So, for the recap, currently in the past chapter, Noctis was on that of a date, or just showing that of Ravel across Kuoh, with them having a little bit of fun, relaxing together, even them enjoying their time together as well. Not only that, it also seems that Sona actually is beginning to have a crush on Noctis, actually. However, she doesn't want to admit it to herself, though. As for Rias' peerage, though, Issei feels a little bit bad that he didn't tell Noctis that he had duties with the ORC, though. And not only that, Akino is completely and utterly angry and pissed that she has to play nice with Noctis and Mittelt, due to her grudge and hatred for her father, in which in turn her hatred for the Gogori, due to her fallen angel heritage, though. But Ria's calming down her childhood friend and basically telling her that they need to have a cool head unless they want to start a war with that of Azazel and Gogori over Noctis. Plus, it seems that Rias has a bit of another problem to worry about as well. It has to do with a certain Phoenix. Speaking of the Phoenixes, members of Riser's peerage are a little bit annoyed that many of them have been stagnated or haven't really improved since they become devils, especially since they're mostly just being used as, mainly a source of pleasure for Riser, of course. Now, it's not only that, they also began pretty curious about their lady being Ravel, as why she's not there, as they soon head to the human world to check on her. And not only that, Ravel and also Mittelt getting in a fight over that of Noctis. Mittelt being annoyed that Noctis goes on a date with a girl that looks just like her, except she has more curves than the fallen angel. And Ravel being annoyed at the fact that she's being disrespected by a fallen angel in general, with then being caught off guard by Freed, who was about to assault her if Mittelt and Noctis didn't show up, with Noctis killing the stray exorcist priest, with then Riser's peerage showing up to try and save Ravel, however unaware that it was Noctis who saved her instead, with then the situation being cleared, and soon Ravel and the others leaving back to the underworld, back to the Phoenix state, and Mittelt and Noctis spending time together alone. Also, for a little bit of a retcon, I basically tried to speed up the whole interaction between that of Riser and Rias' peerage and all that, but I'm going to dial that back. Actually, it's not going to happen just yet. It may happen next chapter, but not this one. So, yeah, you guys don't have to worry about that. Anyway, so, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Chapter 9, New Friends and New Obstacles. It's been a couple days since the incident with that of, Freed Selzen, with Noctis and Mittelt contacting Azazel about the issue, with Azazel basically commenting, saying, shame about what happened with Freed. Well, can't be helped. He was always just going to be a rabid animal, to be honest. The main reason on why I kept him is because he was special, to be fair. With Noctis talking with Azazel over the phone, within him putting it on speaker so Mittelt can listen too, given that she has the right to know as well. Within Noctis saying, "Special how, Azazel?" With then Azazel, who seemed like he just came from getting something to drink, with then saying, huh? Oh, what makes it special is because he's a clone, actually. With then hearing that, both Mittelt and Noctis couldn't help but look at each other. Within Noctis saying, clone of what? Within as they saying, oh, right, you probably don't know about this. Turns out Freed Selzen is a clone of a legendary hero back in the day. He's a clone of a great swordsman who was known to use one of the most powerful demonic swords back in the day called Gran. He's a clone of Sigurd. Not only that, he was also a descendant of Odin himself. Basically, he was a half demigod. With then Mittelt saying, so he was a clone of a demigod? How does that make sense on why he was so good and so powerful, even for a human? But still, within Noctis can help say, who made this project? But then, as they're saying, huh? Oh, right. The project was done by the church, actually. With then Noctis saying, the church? You mean the church that the angel faction's the head of? Seriously, what the hell was heaven thinking allowing such a project like that? Within, Azazel couldn't help but sigh, saying, don't be too hard on the angels, kid. The heaven faction may be in charge of the church, but they're not really, aware of their actions. Most likely the church did it in secret, so the archangels and seraphim didn't even know about it. So, I'm not really sure how many clones there were, but there were plenty that they created. Turns out Freed was actually one of the weaker ones, to be fair. There was one that was actually considered to be one of the most powerful. We still haven't found him, but if you keep an eye out for him, rumors say that he's been collecting quite a bit of swords, not just demonic swords, but also holy swords and divine swords as well. With then hearing this, Noctis couldn't help but nod before saying, I'll keep an eye out, just like I did with Selzen. So, catch you later. Thanks, Azazel. Just wanted to give you an update. Saying, cool. Well, catch you later, kiddo. Oh, tell Mittelt to behave herself after all. With then soon, Mittelt saying, shut your damn mouth, you deadbeat. With then Azazel saying, ouch. That's rough calling your dad that. With then soon, Noctis hangs up before he could finish. Before then him saying, you okay? Saying, why wouldn't I be? Saying, well, just asking. That's all, Mittelt. So, want to play some games? With then Mittelt saying, oh, you're on. Just so you know, no cheating. Saying, I was just about to say the same thing to you, blonde Barbie. With then the two about to play that's of Highschool DxD version of Smash Bros. The next couple of days, soon Noctis, alongside that of Mittelt, actually went to check on the situation with that of Sona and Rias, as both Rias and Sona wanted to introduce their peerage members to each other. Most of, Rias and Sona's peerage already know each other. The only ones who don't know is that of Issei, Asia, and Saji. And let's just say the interaction was something. As currently in the Occult Research Club room, currently right now, Saji and Issei are basically giving each other death glares. With Saji, being that of an arrogant, pompous prick, basically wanted to prove that he's better than Issei. Given that, he was able to take up 4 pawns from Sona. Within Rias basically commenting saying, Issei already took up all 8 of my pawns, Saji-kun. With then hearing this, Saji couldn't help but be shocked before Issei having that of a smug look on his face. With then soon, Noctis couldn't help but sigh, saying, seriously, are you guys trying to have a dick measuring contest? Especially you, Saji-senpai? With then Saji looking at Noctis, as he has that of a full-on death glare looking at that of the first year and former king. With Noctis not even fazed by the look because he's been given death glares a lot, even during his younger years as well. With even especially coming at, Kuoh, since a lot of guys basically call him the second coming of Kiba. With then soon, Mittelt couldn't help but say, Yo, Jinchiro Saji, the hell are you looking at Noctis-kun for? With that look of yours. Then soon, Saji couldn't help but say, sorry, Mittelt-chan, I didn't mean to. Then soon, Sona couldn't help but sigh, saying, Saji, calm yourself down and get back here. Then Saji saying, yes, Lady President. Then heading back to Sona's peerage and standing back in line with the other girls. Then soon, Sona saying, sorry about that, Calum-kun. Then Noctis saying, it's no biggie, President. Honestly, I'm more surprised that this hasn't come down to a fight yet. So, what's this all about, familiars and all that, so we could... Then soon, Rias couldn't help but narrow her eyes at Sona, saying, so that's the reason on why you're here. You're here because you want to go to the familiar forest as well. Then Sona couldn't help but smirk, feeling like she has no reason to basically beat around the bush anymore. Then saying, just as Calum-kun said, I'm here to go to the familiar forest, and since the familiar master only allows one peerage at a time instead of two, well, then you understand the reason on why I'm here. Then soon Ria saying, of course, you wish to settle this like before? Do you wish to have that of a challenge? Then soon Sona saying, Rias, you can't be suggesting that we do that of a rating game, are you? Then soon Noctis couldn't help but raise an eyebrow before saying, a rating game? The heck is that? Then soon Mittelt saying, oh right, you probably don't know about that. I'll fill you in later on. I just want to see how this goes. Then soon Noctis couldn't help but sigh, saying, alright, whatever. Let's just see then soon Ria saying, no, Sona, I'm not suggesting that, especially since we're not old enough to take part after all. I'm suggesting that our normal means of settling it, not just by chest, but by another reason. Then soon, glasses tint shine over her eyes begins to show. Soon she's saying, I understand. Then the next day, during that of lunch break at Kuoh Academy at the tennis court, both Sona and Rias, alongside their queens, Akeno and Tsubaki, are at the tennis court, currently in that of tennis wear, showing that of short skirts, with each of them having that of different patterns as well, with Rias's being more red, Akeno's being a lot more purple, Sona's being blue, and Tsubaki's being green. Then having that of a huge crowd of people surrounding them, as it being many girls and especially a lot of guys at Kuoh, to be fair. Especially the perverted trio, being including Issei, of course, with even Saji enjoying the view of his king and that of a short tennis skirt, after all. As for Noctis, he couldn't help but care less about the situation, especially in their attire, and thinks it's kind of annoying as well. Then Mittelt actually sitting at the bleachers seeing all this, whilst everybody else is basically standing in front of the gates. Noctis sees his roommate and best friend before then saying, you want to get out of here? Because honestly, I don't see us getting involved in this. And to be fair, it's pretty stupid. With her saying, oh, definitely. Honestly, I don't even want to go to Familiar Forest. You? Saying, hell no. And besides, I had plans tonight anyway. Then soon, Mittelt saying, plans with what? Before Noctis could say, Mittelt actually cut him off saying, oh, you're going to see the Phoenix Brat. Then soon Noctis saying, you mad? Saying, no, you're free to hang out with whoever you want. I'm not complaining, or I'm not mad at all. Just promise me that you're not going to do anything stupid. Saying, stupid how? With her actually blushing, saying, never mind, whatever. Just have fun. Then Noctis saying, I don't get women. Within Mittelt quietly that not even Noctis could hear saying, and that's your damn problem. As the tennis game went on, with even to the point that Sona and Rias began using magic during the game. Within soon, Noctis actually had to step in and busting out his own magic, being that of using one of his fire magic, being that a fireball basically tossed in the air before it explodes, creating that of fireworks, distracting everybody. But then soon, Rias, Sona, Akano, and Tsubaki noticed what Noctis did, as they were giving him a look of what the hell does he think he's doing, before then giving them a look of an actual death look of that of a king looking down on his subjects. But then all four girls actually began feeling this pressure coming off of the former king, realizing that he's giving them a look about them stop using magic during this game. With here basically seeing that of the nonverbal threat, with then soon they began playing the game normal again instead of getting too heated as before. Seeing that it ended up in a tie, soon Sona and Rias went to Noctis and asked, so you want me and Mittelt to join either one of your teams so you could play a dodgeball game? More effectively, most likely you want us to be on Rias' team so they'd be easy and fair. With then soon Sona saying, that's what we're asking, yes. With then soon Rias saying, I don't like it, but it would help us out to decide on who goes to the familiar forest. With then Mittelt saying, well, I don't mind helping out. If I had to be on the Grummary's team, then so be it. But with then Noctis saying, yeah, not happening. I got plans tonight. With then soon hearing this, Issei saying, whoa, dude, you got plans? Saying, well, yeah. Since you're always busy with your devil business, senpai, I can't hang out with other people as much as I used to. With then hearing this, Rias couldn't help but flinch for a bit. The saying also goes for Issei feeling guilty, saying, sorry about that, Noctis-kun. I didn't mean to. Then saying, I'm joking, man. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about it. I'm just saying, try to have some time off. But it's not my choice, my opinion doesn't have to matter. It's what your king decides after all. Within looking at Rias before then saying, anyway, you're gonna take place, Mittelt? Saying, like I said, you got plans tonight and I got nothing to do. So I'll help out in this little dodgeball game after all. With then soon, Noctis saying, cool. Well, see you around. With that, the former king soon leaves. With then soon, Saji saying, hey, Calum. With then, Noctis looks back at Saji saying, yes, senpai, what is it? Saying, what's your deal? Saying, my deal? Saying, with then Saji getting more annoyed, saying, your deal? What's the reason that you're basically getting involved in the supernatural when you have no reason to? But then soon, many of the girls from Sona's peerage began getting a little bit nervous. With then Sona and Tsubaki getting annoyed at Saji. With then Sona saying, Saji? With then Saji panicking, saying, oh, well, sorry, lady president, I just saying, no, you have a valid reason on why I would get involved. Personally, I get involved because I'd rather be prepared than not. With then soon hearing this, Noctis continues saying, there's plenty of things in the supernatural that are too damn powerful for humans to handle. And there are also some beings out there that are even so powerful that nobody can handle. It's best to be prepared for anything to happen and take care of them before innocent people lose their lives. It's the duty of somebody who is strong to protect those who are weak. It's the duty of somebody who has the power to make sure others can feel safe than the other way around. That's why I'm involved in the supernatural, to keep people safe. Simple as that. With everybody caught off guard by this, even Mittelt, as her cheeks began to blush quite a bit, thinking, Noctis, he's so cool. He really does have that aura of a king. However, it's completely different coming from both Sona and Rias. From Sona's point of view, she couldn't help but admire Noctis' strength and determination, wondering on how somebody so young such as him could have such an amazing drive to basically push forward to overcome all forms of adversity at somebody like him. As for Rias, though, she can't help but feel so annoyed that somebody as amazing and talented as him is not a part of her peerage. Somebody that should help her basically get out of her arranged marriage with Riser Phoenix. With anything, if he cares so much about people, why not help her as well? But then again, she doesn't explain the reason on why she wants Noctis to be part of her peerage. And then again, he's not telling us everything, and his connection with Azazel isn't just that of an adopted son and adopted father kind of relationship, possibly. But it's not her place to ask, even she does want to a lot. As for Akeno, she still has the same fake-ass smile as before. However, her eyes basically say another thing, as she's basically glaring eyes of death towards that of Noctis, with Noctis feeling the killing intent from that of the half-fallen, reincarnated devil, but not caring about it one bit. But then him leaving the club room, as then the two peerages, with the add-on of Mittelt, basically takes on that of each other in a dodgeball game. And let's just say the dodgeball game became kind of a wild, wacky adventure. For example, through that of the dodgeball game, where it became pretty crazy from all the girls basically ripping each other's clothes off with the dodgeball, and Issei and Taji getting nut shots from their opponents as well, which soon led to basically only two people remaining, with Mittelt kinda just getting herself out after Tsubaki caught her ball, given that she was basically halving her strength because Noctis told her not to go all out during this event, given that she's a lot more stronger than all of the others, to be fair. With then the dodgeball game finally comes to an end, with Rias and her peerage winning the game, with Mittelt couldn't help but smile as she was about to leave soon before Rias and her peerage went to the familiar forest. Akeno basically stopped Mittelt from leaving Kuoh just yet, saying, "Wait, you." With then soon, Mittelt couldn't help but sigh before saying, "Yes, can I help you, Himejima-senpai?" With then Akeno not even having the same jovial tone, and on her face is basically having that of a scowling look of hatred and disgust. "Your look very pisses me off. Don't look at me with those disgusting eyes of yours." Saying, "Oh, really? Finally, you stop holding your false attitude from me so much. So, the hell you want?" With then soon Akeno saying, "I hate you so damn much. If anything, I want you out of my home, my town, my life. You and that Calum of yours." With then soon Mittelt saying, "Well, hold up. You want Noctis to leave this town? I can get me, because you seem like you have some kind of hate boner for us fallen angels as a whole. But Noctis has nothing. He's related to Grigori. Even if he's not a fallen angel, that very organization is nothing but disgusting and lying fallen such as yourself. I want you both out. That's the only time I'm asking. Because if you don't." Within soon, lightning begins to crackle, saying, "Huh, so that's how it is. So you basically hate your own kind. Is that right?" With then soon, hearing that, Asya basically putting off all pretenses and shout out, "I am nothing like you, you worthless, stupid, lying bitch! I am not a lying, manipulative, self-entitled, and backstabbing pieces of shit like you, fallen angels!" With then soon setting that of a lightning barrage towards that of Mittelt. With then soon Mittelt not even fazed by it, as she creates that of a light spear and basically redirects the lightning to the ground as the lightning dispersed, given that there was nothing to basically conduct through the ground at all. Within, Akeno couldn't help but be shocked and surprised, as that was one of her most powerful spells, not entirely, but somewhat close. Within, thinking that a fallen angel grunt like Mittelt was able to deflect it without even breaking a sweat. Within, soon, she's saying, it's kind of pathetic. I understand. Personally, I thought that the two of us could become friends after all, because you and I are so similar. With then saying, you are half fallen angel, just like me, aren't you? With then soon hearing that, Akeno saying, you're a half fallen angel? Saying, yeah. My father is Azazel, the governor general and leader of Gogori, and the whole entire fallen angel species as a whole. You would think that possibly being his daughter, you would think he would pay me a lot more attention, or possibly be worried about me all the time. But he doesn't. Hell, he didn't even know that I even existed until a few people basically made rumors about me existing. I even found out I had tons of siblings, and you know what? You want to know where all of them are at? Basically 6 feet under, or basically turned into nothing but feathers. That's where they're all at. They're all dead. And you don't see me crying about it, because you want to know the reason why? I've never met them. And honestly, my mother was human, just like yours. Just because your father is Barrakill doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Within, Akeno saying, you even know about that? Everybody knows on why the fallen angel who holds the power of holy lightning, Barrakill the Electrocutioner, had only one daughter and fell in love with only one woman, even though he was a fallen angel that fell because of lust. He never had any children though, until one day he went missing. He was even out of commission for a little while too, barricaded in his own room. They say it was due to a certain incident that happened here in Japan. And honestly, now I understand that reason. Your mother must have died, am I right? With then hearing that, Akeno couldn't help but step back, saying, shut up, you don't know a damn thing, saying, I get it now. The reason you hate fallen angels, the reason you hate me, the reason you hate Noctis, the reason you hate all of Kogori, isn't because you hate us all as a species, or we did you wrong. With Akeno saying, shut up, I'm warning you. It's because you hate your daddy. Look at you, little Miss Daddy Issues, with boobs the size of a fucking bowling ball. With then soon, full-on lightning begins to channel through that of Akeno, as Mittelt still has that of a smug look. Akeno screams out, shut the hell up, you damn bitch! With then soon, Mittelt couldn't help but sigh, saying, look, whatever the reason you have against me, I could care less. Personally, you can hate me, or basically hate Kogori, or even hate your daddy all you want. I could care less, because it doesn't matter. It's just one little girl with basically parent issues. That ain't nothing different here in the supernatural after all. But there's one thing I won't allow you. You try this with Noctis. You try this little threatening tactic that you had with me against him. He may be a nice guy and may not care if you attack him or even treat him like crap, because he won't fight back. Because to him, he sees you as somebody who Rias needs, who that damn pervert needs as well, given that you seem like you're somewhat his friend after all. But to me, you threaten him, you try to hurt him or even attacked him like you did me, then you're going to be wishing that you die with your little mommy after all. Within soon, all six of her wings soon appear, with 3 wings on each side. Within soon, Akeno sees the wings, realizing, you're that powerful? But If I recall, you were a grunt? Yeah, I was. I was definitely a damn grunt. Hell, I wouldn't even basically measure up to somebody who is the daughter of Azazel after all. But if it wasn't for Noctis helping me improve and training me to become stronger, I probably wouldn't even reach this close to this level at all. So to be honest, I thank him for everything that he's done for me. And in return, I'll be his shield. I'll be his spear. I'll be anything if it means protecting him from all dangers. May they be big or small, no matter what. That's my role. With then, soon hearing this, Akino's resolve begins to die down for a bit. Before then, soon, putting in those wings, as then, the others from the ORC soon appear. Within, saying, Akino, what's going on here? Within, soon, Mittelt walks away saying, catch you later, senpai. As for me, I'm heading back home. Hopefully, Noctis-kun shows back up as well. Back with Noctis, on the other hand, he actually spent time with that of Ravel once again. Now that they have that of a good relationship with one another, with Ravel actually having a crush on Noctis, and Noctis having that of another friend that's actually outside of Kuoh, instead of many guys wanting to kill him and many girls just wanting to date him because he's handsome and cute. It's good to have people basically who just wants to hang out with him just for him, to be honest. Such as Ravel. As currently, Noctis and Ravel are at his apartment, with that of two other people as well, such as that of a girl wearing that of a somewhat office secretary outfit. What stands out about her isn't just her massive chest and quite her pale white long legs, but also being that of her black-haired ponytail that basically goes all the way down to her waist. And as for the other girl, she looks like that of a Chinese girl as she has that of Chinese buns, quite the, athletic, but also quite curvaceous body as well, as she's also wearing that of a casual Chinese dress, as these are the bodyguards of Ravel, also members of Riser's peerage as well. The one with the ponytail is Saris, while the other girl is Zulin. And wondering on how, Noctis and Ravel basically came back to his apartment penthouse. Flashback at least a couple hours ago, after school lets out and before the dodgeball game began, Noctis basically meets Ravel nearing that of the train station, and couldn't help but smile looking at the twin-tailed, drill-haired, curvaceous devil, with then seeing that of Zulin and Saris, with then soon Noctis saying, hey, Ravel, you made it, saying, well, of course, we did promise to hang out again, didn't we? With then soon Noctis seeing that Zulin and Saris are there saying, I'm guessing that these are your bodyguards, right? Saying, yes they are. Noctis-kun, please allow me to introduce you to my two members of my brother's peerage. This is Zulin, his rook, and this is Saris, his knight. It's a pleasure. With then soon, Saris nods, with then Zulin saying, it's a pleasure to meet a friend of Lady Ravel, with her giving that of a Chinese bow, with then Noctis saying, it's a pleasure to meet you two ladies as well. Glad that Ravel has some protection, unlike what happened last time, which, again, I wish to apologize for not being there by her side before Freed got as far as he did. With then Zulin speaking as Sarah stayed quiet, saying, none of that, Kalen-san. We heard what happened. You saved Lady Ravel from being defiled by a stray, disgusting priest. If anything, we're thankful for that. However, it was a little annoyed given that Lord Riser did get punished for Lady Ravel's decision, though. then soon, Ravel couldn't help but snort at Zulin, saying, "Zulin, did you forget that I am a member of not just my brother's peerage, but also I'm still a phoenix. That means my well-being is more important than just being a piece in my brother's peerage." With then soon, Noctis couldn't help but blink, saying, Whoa, hold up. You never told me that you were part of your brother's peerage." With then, Ravel saying, "Huh? I didn't." With then, Ravel saying, "Huh? I guess I didn't. After all, when we did last left hanging out, I was about to explain it, but I guess talking to that damn fallen angel friend of yours." With then saying, still mad at Mittelt, as he has that of a deadpan, but also cheeky smirk on his face. With Ravel having that of an annoyed look on her face, saying, "You have no idea." But back what I was saying, I was going to tell you that I was part of my brother's peerage. The reason I'm part of his peerage is because, I'm part of... He wanted... his peerage is basically his harem. With then, soon, Noctis couldn't help but blink his eyes, saying, "God fucking damn it." With then, soon, both Ravel, Saris, and Zulin having that of a short little headache of pain, with Noctis basically saying God after all, saying, "I knew Sona and Rias did say that devils do make girls be part of their harems in their peerages, but I didn't they even tricked my senpai, who was actually my friend, to get a harem that way as well, and yet I thought they were joking. See, he seriously has his peerage, his subjects, as his harem." With then soon, Ravel couldn't help but sigh, saying, "Trust me, it's more common than you think in the underworld, Noctis-kun. But it is more the reason being is because of our birth rates, to be honest. We had to use that of reincarnated devils to extend our birth rates after all." With then saying, I get that. But what about those who join devils' peerages to improve themselves, to get stronger, to protect those who are dear to them and all that? What about them? Do they basically get any choice on that?" With then hearing this, Saris, who was stoic all this time, actually couldn't help but actually perk up to listening to what Noctis said. With then Ravel saying, "Unfortunately, that's irrelevant. What's more important is that those of high-class devils who have peerages are the one who are kings decide the fate of their peerages. It's just how it is, and how it's always going to be is." Within, Noctis saying, it's just an abuse of power. Nothing more, nothing less. After all, a king's duty is to protect their subjects, to help them improve and to become more stronger for the good of their kingdom and their king. Not the other way. Not for a king to basically abuse their power to basically do whatever the hell they want with their subjects. That's not right. With then hearing this, it struck a chord with both Zulin and also Saris, especially Saris even more, as her stoic eyes couldn't help but somewhat, you could see a spark in them if you think. With then soon, Ravel could help but sigh, saying, "I didn't think you were this passionate about it. The way you speak, it almost sounds you got experience of leading people." With then soon, Noctis actually internally think, shit, I think I said too much. With then soon saying, let's just say there's somebody that I admire who was like a king, and to me, he's a true king, to be fair. That's all. With then saying this, Ravel saying, all right, if that's what you think. So, enough talking about this. Why don't we hang out? There were a few other places I wanted to check out anyway. With then soon, Noctis saying, sure, lead the way. And if you like, there's some also places I want to show you too. With then she's saying, please, let's not play any more of those stupid video games. Saying, funny. It was those stupid video games that got you your little plushies that you had that of red face over. With then soon Ravel getting annoyed saying, "You damn jerk. I didn't basically had a red face over them. I just liked them. That's it." With then Noctis couldn't help but laugh at Mittelt's reaction. Within soon, as for Zulin and Ceres, Zulin couldn't help but say, "Lady Ravel seems to have a good time with him. I know she's always willing to open up her mind when it comes to speaking with us. But when she's around her family, though, she's a lot more prim and proper. Except when it comes to Riser, though." With then soon Ceres saying, "It's because she's part of her brother's peerage. She has to act that of decorum and respect when she's around people, but when they're not, she basically acts like your typical little sister to him, even in some way of respect. Personally, I feel like she deserves her own pieces, and I believe our king is basically holding her back." With then soon Zulin saying, "Ceres, that's basically what you're saying is basically blasphemy. We are his servants. We are part of his peerage. It's our duty to support our king. And basically saying that one of his pieces are better than him is just another way." Saying, "True, but I joined Lord Riser's peerage not to be dicked down basically 24/7 all my life. I joined so I can grow stronger. I joined so I can have somebody show me true strength. And to be honest," with then Ceres looking straight at Noctis saying, "I think I finally found that's somebody that helped me show that true strength." With then soon Zulin, while walking, couldn't help but think, "No, is she?" I mean, the way that he spoke, it didn't sound like that of a immature little boy who doesn't understand devil politics. It almost sounded like that of a man who actually understands what it means to be a leader, what it means to be a king, possibly? No. I'm just overthinking things. It's been years since I've been in the human world, since Lord Riser found me. So maybe I should enjoy this little time spending with Lady Ravel as her bodyguard. But still, I'm guessing what happened with Lord Riser was still outrageous. As, speaking of that, about a couple days ago, since what happened with Ravel back at the Phoenix Manor estate, you could hear one loud ass slap with then somebody on the ground, as it being Riser Phoenix. With then a few of Riser's peerage members basically goes to his side, as it being Carlamine, Shiria, Ibeluna, of course, given that he is his queen after all, with Riser having that of a look of annoyance and somewhat fear on his face, looking at the person that slapped him, as the person looks almost exactly like Riser, but seems more older, a lot more mature, and wearing that of black armor with that of a red cape on behind him. Not only that, under the armor, he's wearing that of a red suit, and his look is that of pure and utter disgust and hate and annoyance. With then soon one of them that couldn't, as he's sitting at one of the dining room, with him also wearing that of a blue suit, actually, with him looking like Riser. However, his hair is more in that of a ponytail, with a bit of a blonde 5 o'clock shadow beard, with it as his arms are basically behind his head, as this being Riser's second older brother, the one that slapped him being Ravel Phoenix, the heir to that of the Phoenix House, and currently in the top 10 rankings of the Devil's rating game system. As for his second older brother, being Rufus Phoenix, basically in charge of the Phoenix family's business of Phoenix tiers across that of the underworld and the supernatural as a whole as well. With then Ravel still in the dress that she wore when she was in the human world, as personally their parents both Lady and Lord Phoenix are basically sitting at the very end of the table together, with seeing on how their children would basically settle such an incident like this. Personally, they both of them are quite angry at their third youngest son, given that he basically allowed his younger sister, their youngest daughter and child, basically go to the human world alone, which led to her basically being attacked by a stray priest. The reason that they wanted Ravel to be part of Riser's peerage was so she can gain that of battle experience, and also so she can be well protected by her older brother, of course. And seeing that her brother wasn't there to protect her is what makes them quite angry. And it's also the reason on why Ravel slapped him. But then Riser saying, "Brother, why would you slap Riser like that? I am your brother." With Ravel still having that of a calm and stoic look on his face. However, his eyes say it all of annoyance. With then saying, "It's because that you are my brother that I slapped you. You're the third eldest son of the Phoenix family. It's time for you to, and your duty, and Ravel is part of your peerage. It is your duty as a king to look after your peerage members, especially if they're your sister. Why was she out of your sight?" With then soon, Riser couldn't help but stutter. With then soon, Rufus couldn't help but speak up, saying, "Ooh, this is going to be good." I was wondering when little Riser was finally going to get his little punishment after all these years. With Rufus couldn't help but smirk at the situation about his youngest brother. Within Riser saying, "Rufus, big brother Rufus, why would you say that to Riser's son?" With then soon Rufus saying, "Okay, I'll bring it up on why would I say that thing?" As he begins to basically dilute like this is basically a joke and everything like that. With Ravel couldn't help but sigh, looking at his young brother. With then Rufus saying, "I know the reason. It's because you're an arrogant little prick. That's why." With then soon Riser saying, but with then Rufus saying, "And nothing wrong with having arrogance. It means you have the strength to back it up. But your arrogance is basically nothing at all. You rely so much on our family traits. You're basically weak and pathetic, to be honest. You never fully know on how to use your magic to the best of its potential. Heck, because you had a huge amount of magic power and you rely so much on our family clan trait that you didn't even bother training or basically improving. That's the reason why I'm glad to say that after all, and why you need a little bit of a punishment, little bro. Isn't that right, Ravel? And seeing that you basically allowed our beloved little sister to basically get hurt when she's under your care, it's another reason on why you deserve this punishment. Isn't that right, big bro?" With then soon, Ravel couldn't help but nod, saying, "Everything that Rufus says is the truth. But your main punishment is allowing Ravel to get hurt when she's supposed to be under your watch, like I said before. So tell me, what were you doing when our little sister was being attacked and nearly violated by a damn stray priest in Grummery and Citry-controlled territory?" As each of his words felt like daggers and blades stabbing into Riser. With then soon, Riser saying, "Well, you see, brothers, Riser was doing something quite important. I was." With then soon, Rufus saying, Wait, I know, shine the dark here." With then, in dramatic pause, saying, "You basically were fucking one of your peerage members, weren't you?" With then soon, Riser basically looks over to the side, saying, "All right, looks like I won. What do I win?" With then soon, Ravel couldn't help but actually having that of annoyed look at his younger brother, Rufus, then saying, "You win nothing because you're right. We all know what he was really doing." With then Riser couldn't help but look down, saying, saying, save your breath. You may say you're sorry now, but you're only saying it to basically get out of your punishment. I won't do anything for it, but father and mother, you will decide. With then soon, both Lady and Lord Riser look at each other before already having that of a punishment decide. With then soon, Lady Riser stands up, saying, Ravel, when you were going to the human world, what was the reason why you were there? With Ravel getting questioned, as she was expecting that it would be mainly Riser getting the attention. With then soon saying, well, you see, I went to Kuoh because multiple times. I sent one of my familiars to Kuoh multiple times to keep an eye on a certain human that Rias Gremory has been wanting to recruit, actually, on the orders of my lord brother here. With then looking at Riser, with then soon Ravel can up and say, a peerage member that Gremory has been wanting to get her hands on. Makes sense. She's trying to build up her peerage as much as she can for the rating game, knowing that this wedding is not wanting to happen because of her. With then Riser saying, all the more reason that we need to push the wedding further. She's acting too much of a petulant child. She needs to know that her importance to the devil race is. With then soon Ravel, without even looking at his younger brother, basically kicks him in the face. With then him healing from that of the bruise on his chin. With then soon looking at his younger sister, saying, continue, Ravel. With then soon Ravel saying, thank you, brother. Well, I decided to get to know the boy a lot more and see what's something about him. Turns out he's been doing contracts and duties for that of Gremory and Citri, taking care of stray devils and helping their peerage members gain contracts. It seems like he has a pretty close relationship with the two of them, especially the Citri peerage. I went to go and meet with him and see how he reacts. Turns out the two of us hit it off pretty well. With then soon hearing this, all of the Fenix in the house, alongside that of Riser's peerage as well, couldn't help but be impressed, thinking that Ravel might has a crush on Noctis. Within, Rufus saying, oh my, does our adorable little sister have a crush? With then soon Ravel basically blushing, saying, brother Rufus, please. I have no such thing on such a mere human after all. With then soon Rufus saying, but the clothes you're wearing. With then still wearing the clothes that Noctis basically suggested for Ravel, actually, to be fair, when they went shopping the first time. With then saying, it's clothes that I bought in the human world. With then soon Ravel looking at his sister saying, I always thought black would suit you better more than just purple and pink. Then Ravel blushing even more, saying, my lord brother, Ravel, please. Within many of the girls from Riser's peerage, a few of them couldn't help but snicker at Ravel's embarrassment. With then saying, we did spend time together. As I was about to head back to the underworld and I needed to find a perfect spot where no humans would notice me, I was soon ambushed by the stray exorcist. His name was Fried Selzen, actually. With then soon hearing that name, Ravel come up and say, Fried Selzen. I remember hearing that name quite a bit. It was during the time when the church was trying to recruit powerful young youth to that of the church. Selzen's name came across, but he went dark soon after. I'm guessing he must have been excommunicated from the church and possibly joined Gagori. Damn Gagori, letting their mongrels basically roam in devil-controlled territory. With then soon Ravel saying, well, from the words from Noctis Kun Turns out Grigori didn't have any plans for him to even be in devil-controlled territory. It seems that he was tricked by that of, Rogue Fallen, who planned on taking a girl's sacred gear, who would end up joining that of Grumry's peerage, actually. Turns out some of the stray exorcists were apprehended and taken back to Grigori HQ in the underworld. Well, it seems Freed Selzen must have escaped. So, with that suit, Rufus saying, kid, just as Big Brother said, he was renowned in the church. Only makes sense that he would be able to escape being persecuted. And seems like he was a rabid dog. Good thing he was taken care of. With then Rufus saying, was it by the human by any chance, the human that you were hanging out with? Noctis was his name? Within Ravel saying, it's Noctis, my lord brother. Please, show some respect and get his name right. With then soon Rufus' eyes couldn't help but wide and saying, oh, so you do remember his name? With then soon Ravel saying, it's only common courtesy to remember a person who saved your life's name after all. So of course I would. But then Ravel couldn't help but have that of a twitching eye. However, it's more of a blink and you'll miss it kind of moment. Before saying, all the same, he's done quite a bit for the Phoenix family by protecting Ravel. If anything, I wish to meet him, but maybe another time. As Ravel soon looks at his parents once again, saying, so, now that you've heard that of Ravel's side, mother, father, what will you decide? With then soon Lord Phoenix saying, for Reiser's punishment for not keeping an eye on Ravel, he'll be working with his older brother Rufus and keeping an eye on the business with him as a personal assistant. He'll be even able to bring a few of his peerage members to help him take care of the issues as well. That would be his punishment. With then soon Rufus saying, whoa, hold up, father. You want Reiser to help me with the documents and protocol for our business? The little brat hasn't done anything to help with the business. He hasn't even been trained in on how to take care of the business as a whole. What makes you think that he's going to help me? With then soon Reiser saying, brother, I can do anything. Reiser never fails at anything. With then soon Rufus having that of a look of pure annoyance at Reiser, with Reiser basically going down to lowering his head, as he looks like that of a child being scolded, even though he's technically a 21-year-old. With then Lady Phoenix saying, this is his punishment. Rufus, you don't have to like it, but this is what we decided for Reiser. With then soon Rufus couldn't help but sigh, saying, ugh, fine, whatever. I'll take the little bastard under my wings for the next couple of days. But after that, he's on his own. With then soon Lady Phoenix speaking up, saying, as for you, Ravel, we can tell that you plan on going back to the human world to see this human. Am I right? With then Ravel blushing, saying, yes, mother. I am sorry saying, you're not being punished, but we do want to make sure that you're staying safe. So, every time when you head up to the human world, you must ask Reiser's peerage to keep an eye on you and protect you. I'm grateful for the human helping you, but if he wasn't there, who knows what would have happened. So, I wish to make sure that you're properly taken care of. With then soon, Ravel couldn't help but smile before saying, thank you. I understand, mother. With then Reiser saying, mother, why? Why should I send off my peerage to the human world? With who knows what that damn human would do to Reiser's peerage and lovely girls? With then soon Lady Phoenix couldn't help but look at her son with that of annoyance, as just her eyes alone send that of an overwhelming pressure. With then she's saying, Reiser, just as your brother said, Ravel is part of your peerage. Ravel is your bishop. It is your duty as your king to protect and look after your peerage members. I know that you basically made your peerage is nothing but your harem, so you can have fun with. That's I can understand because that is our duty as that of devils to do as we please. But they are your subjects and your followers first, not your playthings last. So from now on, Ravel is your bishop too. She may be your sister as well, but she is also your bishop. So protect her too. Do I make myself clear, young man? With then Riser having that pure and utter terror on his face, saying, "Yes, I understand, mother." With that, soon she stops looking at Riser by closing her eyes, before soon saying, "So, my lord husband, do you wish to say anything else?" Within, Lord Phoenix basically hums, saying, "Well, seeing what has happened, I think it's best that we basically ramp up the wedding a lot faster." With then soon hearing this, everybody couldn't help but be shocked, even that of Lady Phoenix. Within saying, "I'm doing this for the good of our clan. If the Phoenix clan has more control, has more parts of the Grumry family by creating this alliance through that of marriage, it also means that the Phoenix family will be able to go to Kuoh more as well, and would be part of our territory too, besides it being that of Grumry and Citri. It would also mean we have an alliance with that of the Citri clan as well. Don't you all believe that is understandable too?" With then soon, Ravel can help but say, "It's sound mind, father, but does it have to be through that of marriage? I told you we could have combined her with the help of Rufus and we could have combined the businesses with that of the Phoenix, with that of the Grumry and Citri, then instead of within soon, Lord Phoenix saying, "Enough. This is what we decided, alongside that of Lord Grumry years ago. This was for the good of the devil race, and for more pure-blooded devils to survive on. Simple as that. I would hope that you would understand that by now, Ravel. You are still my heir and still will become the head in the next year or so. So please be patient. Once you become head, you can make decisions for the family." But with then soon Lady Phoenix saying, "So, are you saying that my decisions are not important?" With then soon Lord Phoenix looking at his wife, saying, "Well, Rifia, the last time I checked, I am the head of the Phoenix family. You're supposed to do is support me, my darling husband. Ain't I right?" With then soon he gulping, saying, "Yes. The only reason I agreed to this marriage was because I was hoping that it would build a relationship with that of the Grumry family, a more healthy relationship. But every time that Rias and Riser speak with one another, it always ends in basically a shouting match, mostly the girls shouting. And I'm starting to think that that this marriage was a mistake." But then Riser saying, "Mother, please." Riser believed that you made no mistake for marrying Riser to Rias. Rias just needs to understand that this marriage is important to the devil race and for our families more than anything. With then soon, Rydia Phoenix couldn't help but look at her third son with that of look of annoyance, saying, "If I last checked, you were basically okay with marrying Rias when you first even saw her picture when she was just a 4-year-old girl. You were 7 at the time, and your major sin was already lust. So I already knew what was in your mind when you got older, even as that of a child." With then Riser looked down even more, saying, "You've only want Rias due to her being that of the head of the Grumry family. You will be married into the Grumry family, but you also have that of go ahead over her peerage. That also means the girls that are part of it as well. So it basically just expands more of your harem that you want. Make no mistake, Riser. This is not for your own enjoyment. This marriage isn't for your enjoyment. This is for our family. So remember that. Do I make myself clear? Got it? With then Sue Riser nods, with then standing up and heading to his seat with the help of a few of his peerage that basically did come to his aid. With then Lady Phoenix saying, now this family meeting is adjourned. I'll be heading home. And as for you, honey, it's time for us to have our little punishment for going against my back, accelerating the wedding after all. With then soon Lord Phoenix can help a gulp saying, yes, honey, I understand. With that, the two Phoenix elders couldn't help but get out of the room, with one having that of a look of enjoyment, while the other one having that of look of dread. With then leaving the four children of the Phoenix family, alongside Riser's peerage, couldn't help but feel somewhat sad, but also somewhat uncomfortable as well. Back with that of Noctis and Ravel, back at Kuoh, they began spending the time together like before, with Ravel going on another shopping spree. However, not only that, she even brought that of Zulin and Ceres to actually try on some dresses as well. And let's just say, many of the dresses were quite provocative, which even almost made Noctis have that of a nosebleed a few times. But then heading back to that of the arcade, and soon, with Noctis winning at least a few more stuffed animals. Within, Ceres and Zulin actually saw the stuffed animals that Noctis won for Ravel, with one of them being looking like that of a sparrow, with that of a white and red pattern, and the other one being that of a raven, which is pure black, except the eyes, which spark that of blue, to be fair, just like the wolf cub that he won her in the claw machine. With that, the day ends off pretty well, just as the last time that they had spent together. With then Noctis saying, I enjoyed this time together. Really appreciate that we spent what we spend together, Ravel. With then Ravel basically saying, me too. With then soon Zulin couldn't help but say, well, I guess that's enough time for us to spend here, Lady Ravel. I think it's time we head back to the underworld. What do you say, Ceres? As Ceres looks at her fellow peerage member, she doesn't say anything and has that of a stoic look, but her eyes say, seriously? Do we have to go now? With then Ravel saying, well, the two of you can go if you feel like it. With then soon Zulin couldn't help but be shocked, saying, Lady Ravel? With then Noctis couldn't help but raise an eyebrow, saying, I think I want to stay with Noctis-kun, actually. With then hearing this, Noctis saying, wait, seriously? With then Zulin and Ceres couldn't help but be shocked, with Zulin saying, Lady Ravel? With then Noctis saying, you sure about this? I mean, I plan on heading back to my place, so with her saying, okay then, I want to see where you live though. With then Noctis saying, wait, seriously? Just like that. With her saying, just like that. With then soon Ceres standing right next to that of Ravel. With then Zulin saying, seriously. Well, my duty is to protect you, Lady Ravel, and I will keep my promise to my duty as well. With Ravel saying, suit yourself, you two. Now, Noctis, will you show me? Saying, yeah, sure, why not? After that, soon they head to Noctis' place, and it's now the reason on why they are here now. With Noctis preparing some coffee, some instant coffee, or some tea for the girls. As Zulin asked for some tea, Ceres asked for some coffee, and, well, Ravel asked for some tea as well, with him drinking some coffee as well. With then saying, I'm not that good at drinking at preparing tea, so I hope you don't mind. With then soon Ravel saying, it's only hospitality that you're giving me. It may not be as good as what I'm normally used to, but I accept it. With then saying, ha, I'll take the consolation prize after all. With then soon Saris couldn't help but say, amazing coffee, Noctis-kun, with then saying, thanks, Saris-chan. Appreciate the compliment. But then Zulin saying, it's not what I normally drink at the manor, but it is decent, I will say, for somebody who doesn't like to prepare it that much. Saying, but then Noctis saying, well, it's just in case I got guessed. Mittelt was the one who basically brought it up. With then Ravel saying, so it was the fallen angel who bought this. Saying, well, no, I bought it. It's just that she told me that we may have guessed and also told me that not a lot of people drink coffee, which I still think is blasphemy and stupid, but I guess I can understand where people come from. Not everybody's a coffee person unlike me. So with then Saris couldn't help but nod, as then Zulin saying, I agree with that standards. I tried coffee. It's not bad, but it's just not my style. I normally prefer tea, to be fair. With then Ravel saying, I can't believe I'm agreeing with that damn crow. With then the elevator doors to the penthouse open, saying, hey, Noctis-kun, I just came back from my duties with Gremory. With then Noctis saying, hey, welcome back, Mid-Elf. With then saying, okay, what made you think to bring these girls and the damn fried chicken here? With then Noctis saying, fried chicken? With then Noctis realized what she meant by that, and she soon looks at Ravel, whose demonic flames are basically going everywhere, saying, you want to say that again, you nasty old crow? Saying, nasty old crow? With then she's stomping into the kitchen, with then Ravel getting out of her seat and going over to Mid-Elf, as you could see sparks basically going off them. Mid-Elf's corrupted holy energy coming off of her, and Ravel's flames coming off of her as well. With her saying, you heard me right, you fried chicken, why are you in my house? With then saying, I was invited. And to be honest, I'm more surprised that a dirty old crow like you could even live in a place like this, to be fair. It's way too fancy. Maybe you should have lived out in the gutter. Saying, oh, you little stuck-up little bitch. With then saying, oh, calling me a female dog? That's funny coming from a damn old skank. With Mid-Elf getting more and more annoyed, saying, I'm only 16. With then Ravel saying, hard to believe, skank. With then both girls going back and forth, with Noctis drinking his coffee without even bothering. With then Zulin being somewhat worried, as Saris still having a blank look on her face, but her eyes looking like that of more entertained, looking like she seemed more entertained by the situation than anything. With then Zulin saying, shouldn't you stop them? Or shouldn't we? But then Noctis saying, nah, I want to see how this goes. We'll only stop in if it gets violent. As the two continue bicker both back and forth, as it basically went on for at least that of a good 10 minutes or so. With then soon, Mid-Elf and Ravel basically decide to settle this in another way. Instead of getting violent, they decide to play 1v1 DxD version of Smash Bros. With now, the fight is becoming quite intense between the two before Mid-Elf wins, with her basically jumping up in the air, where you can even see her panties, as they basically just being somewhat of a, G-string actually, with Noctis blushing, seeing the situation, as Ravel actually having that of a look of disgust, figure that she only wore that to basically seduce Noctis, saying, in your face, chicken, that's 10-5, and I'm still winning. With then she's saying, lucky Floke, and be honest, I don't even play video games. You only win because you have experience on your side. With then Mittelt saying, aw, hey, Noctis-kun is new to the game, and yet he's able to beat me from time to time. So that's not really, so that's no excuse. With then, soon Ravel saying, Noctis-kun is a primary gamer. It's only fair that he's good at it, even if he's new. With then, Noctis saying, it took me a while to get used to it, but then I actually beat her. I'm not some prodigy gamer. I'm more of a casual gamer, actually. With it, Zulin saying, I'm not really sure with video games. If you ask me, I might prefer doing Chinese martial arts and reading that of crime dramas, to be honest. With then, Sarah saying, swordswoman, I prefer to fight with a blade. Video games are kind of a distraction. With then, Noctis saying, again, reach their own after all. With then, soon seeing the two girls bicker as they get back to another round of Smash. With then, Noctis couldn't help but think, those two are starting to get along at least a little bit more. I wonder if things stay like this a little bit longer. With that, another day at Kuoh comes to an end. However, little did Noctis know this would be the calm before the storm. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how'd you guys like this chapter? Sorry it's another long one. After all, I needed to bring up more explanations on certain characters, interactions. I also wanted to bring up the thing that, well, some of you may be wondering, would Akano finally confront either Noctis or Mittelt about her issues with the fallen angels? I chose Mittelt because they both are the same. They're both half-breed fallen angels. They both have that of fathers who are in charge of the Gogori. However, unlike one who basically blames her father for her mother's death, the other one doesn't really care too much about their father as a whole, seeing that she thinks that he doesn't care about her at all. So yeah, their issues are completely different, even though they have the same circumstances. So yeah. Also, I wanted to show that of Riser getting punished for letting Mittelt get hurt. Because again, she may be part of Riser's peerage, but she's still a Phoenix. She's still the daughter of the Phoenix family. Just because she's part of her brother's peerage to basically settle his quote-unquote harem dream plan, after all, doesn't mean that he's not going to be punished for not doing anything to protect his little sister. So yeah. And also, I'm changing it up at least a little bit as well. Like, instead of, well, Lord Phoenix being in charge of the Phoenix family, it's going to be their mother instead. Personally, I feel like she seems a lot more smarter than their father. It almost looks like they knew that this wedding was going to be on the fence after all. Especially her from the interactions during season 1. But again, that's just me. So, with all that said, if you guys enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, keep it to date with my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my main channel, and my Patreon, alongside my Cash App as well. So, with all that said, this is Yamuki, signing out. Later, guys, and hope you all take care.